Some pains are not meant to be healed. Some doors should never be opened. And when grief refuses to let go, something else answers. Margaret and Daniel Wright lived what many would call a perfect life. For 8 years, they shared a quiet home in a small town, plewed with laughter because of their 6-year-old son, Ethan. Everything ended on a rainy night when a truck ran a red light and crashed into their car. Daniel survived with minor injuries. Ethan died instantly. After the funeral, Daniel tried to move forward. He returned to work and sought therapy. Margaret did neither. Ethan's bedroom remained untouched. His toys stayed exactly where he left them. At night, Margaret began hearing small footsteps running through the hallway. Then she heard a voice, soft and familiar, whispering, "Mummy, I'm cold." The signs grew stronger. Ethan's bedroom door was open every morning. The backyard swing moved on its own. Margaret started seeing her son's reflection in mirrors, always standing behind her. Daniel believed it was grief. Margaret believed it was hope. Late at night, she searched through forbidden forums and ancient texts until she found a name spoken only in fear. Isaac Holloway, a reclusive occultist living near an abandoned mine. Isaac welcomed Margaret into a cabin covered in strange symbols and animal bones. After listening carefully, he told her something that shattered and revived her at the same time. Her son had not fully crossed over, but something was holding him back. Margaret begged. She cried. She promised anything. Finally, Isaac revealed the price. To bring one soul back, another must take its place, and it had to be someone the child trusted. Margaret understood, and she said nothing. She convinced Daniel to travel with her, saying they needed spiritual closure. They arrived at an abandoned village built over the old mine. At midnight, inside a ruined structure, the ritual began. Black candles burned. Symbols made of human ash covered the floor. Daniel suddenly clutched his chest. Shadows rose from the ground, holding his arms and legs. He screamed Margaret's name. She cried, but she did not stop the ritual. The mine roared. 2 faceless entities dragged Daniel into the darkness. Moments later, a child emerged. It looked like Ethan. Margaret brought the boy home. At first, he seemed normal, but Ethan never slept. He never cried. His eyes reflected light, even in total darkness. Animals in the neighborhood began disappearing. One night, Margaret woke to wet, chewing sounds in the kitchen. She found Ethan crouched on the floor, devouring something bloody. He looked up at her and smiled. "Don't scream, Mummy. They can hear us." The truth finally came out. Ethan's soul had moved on. His body was only a vessel. The creature stayed because Margaret needed to believe. It demanded human flesh, and when she resisted, it threatened to kill her. That was when Margaret realized something far worse. She was pregnant. The entity revealed its final plan: to be born again, fully formed from her womb. Desperate, Margaret returned to Isaac Holloway. She found him dead, hanging upside down. Before dying, he had left sacred ash and a warning. Only on the night of the new moon could the creature be sent back. The ash weakened the entity, but the hunger never stopped. A neighbor named Claire Donovan disappeared. Margaret helped hide what was left of her body. The guilt became unbearable. On the night of the new moon, Margaret returned to the mine. The creature abandoned Ethan's form and attacked her womb. Suddenly, a man appeared. His name was Elias Moore, a stranger who had tried to warn her before, using holy water, ancient symbols, and forbidden chants. He sealed the mine. The entity screamed curses as it was dragged back into the abyss. Silence returned. Margaret survived. The baby was born healthy. Consumed by regret, she turned herself in and confessed everything. The ritual, the sacrifice. But deaths years later, in an orphanage, her son sits quietly, watching other children play. He rarely speaks, but sometimes, when no one is looking, he smiles, and the smile is identical to Ethan.